14 time. But not only that, it's hello and welcome to Deus Ex. We are simulcasting live from area. Yeah, live from Area 51 with my correspondent Fremen on the Sand, who will be taking you on the tour of the facility as we talk about Area 51. Dun dun dun.
Brucey Kibbett's his morning. He's in the Democratic People's Republic of Australia, isn't he?
Yeah, which is, you know.
Have you had your daily police beating today?
Remember, you got to get your daily booster of police brutality.
I spilled my drink.
Help the vaccine, apparently.
Yeah, that's it. Getting pepper sprayed helps with a respiratory disease.
Yeah. Right. I'm just having a look for some funny stories that I found from this old book now.
Yeah.
Perfume your undies by placing empty perfume bottles in your drawers.
No, that's funny because that is like there's more than one means to draw, isn't there?
It was not disclosed where the honeymoon would be spent. For travelling, Mrs. Johnson wore the lovely 5-tier wedding cake.
She wore the 5-tier. Like, how do you wear a cake? That doesn't make sense.
Mako Sol, 1464 Nirvana Avenue, was arrested by police last night on a charge of being drunk and for assault and Bari on a woman.
But you still have to penetrate his bunker. I seem to be in remission, JC. Everett is right. The virus has some sort of on-off switch.
I bet I'm the only bloke who's chased a rabbit on a motorbike round and round the field and caught the rabbit.
Wait, that's pretty good. How do you do that?
I don't know. It's a story in Woman's Own, probably from the 60s.
The only man. What are you doing writing into Woman's Own? And can I just say the something really frustrating?
This sounds like one from current year. Essex teachers have been urged to encourage more boys to sing in school choirs and not show preference for girls.
But like, boys sing better than girls, especially when at that age, you know, when the balls haven't dropped yet.
Yeah.
You don't need them to sing falsetto when they're naturally like that. So yeah, I don't get it.
Bob Smith. This sounds 14. Bob Smith will let his wife into a secret this morning. He'll tell her, "Darling, I know this will surprise you, but I believe our Alsatian bitch Rita is the reincarnation of my former fiance Doris, who died 15 years ago."
Yeah. You're in love with your dog.
Off license says popular Oz TV show Neighbours is now renamed Prisoner. The Prisoner.
I was going to say because it's prisoner cell block everywhere.
This guy sounds like he had a lucky time in the hospital. He was taken to St Luke's Hospital for treatment, but left there this morning with no bones broken.
Well, a narrow escape.
Yeah. How about this one then? Arthur Kitchener was seriously burned Saturday afternoon when he came into contact with a high voltage wife.
A high voltage wife is an electrifying experience.
Yeah, nobody wants a high voltage wife, do they?
Danger, high voltage.
Danger. Oh, whatever happened to them? They did 2 good songs, didn't they?
Well, I like that they were on Nevermind the Buzzcocks and Mark Lamar's reading out the song lyrics to them, and he's like, "I got something to put in you," and the guy just looks like, "Are you threatening me?" Oh yeah. Yeah.
Cambridge University has decided to confer honorary degrees on all except students seeking first-class horrors, for whom the examinations will be held as usual.
First-class horrors.
Yeah.
Man-made first-class horrors beyond your comprehension, eh?
Yeah. Yeah. Much has been written on the subject of rose cultivation. I bet you're familiar with rose cultivation.
Well, cultivating roses.
Let's take soil preparation first. You'll want a loam containing plenty of humans and good drainage.
Yes. Always fertilise your rose bed with high acidity humans.
Yeah.
Because I think
what word is that supposed to be, Hobbit?
humus. Or no, humus.
Yeah.
There's humeric. Humeric. Oh, I don't know what the word is
I've got some
exactly.
good advice for you now, Hobbit. A designer or manufacturer who keeps his nose glued to his own grindstone will have some difficulty in keeping his ear to the ground at the same time.
Yes. And you know the other thing is that if you don't put a guard on your pillar drill, you can keep an eye out for danger at the workplace.
Yeah.
I'm quite pleased that
at
I
a
just
recent-
figured that one
At
out.
a recent fire in the south of Scotland, according to a local paper, 24 hens, tons of coals, a gig, and a quantity of potatoes were burned alive.
A gig was burned alive.
A gig? Yeah, I don't know what a gig is.
Well, I mean, it's a type of dance, and it's also like, you know, an informal job, so...
Greasy common.
Oh, can I just say today, like, I think it was yesterday, I saw a tweet posted by Ian, and I tagged him in it, and then I was like, because I said, oh, that's just like saying that Ian would like, and then it's like, oh, actually, the poster of the tweet was Ian, so I didn't even look, it's like, that looks like saying Ian posted. Yeah, that's because Ian posted it. So, well done, Ian, for managing to, like, confuse me and convince me
I've got a restaurant to recommend you. Blank's Restaurant, where good food is an unexpected pleasure. I don't quite know what they were driving for there, but yeah.
Well, you know, it's clever, but at the same time, it's probably not clever in a way they were hoping
Clever
for.
by art. I think that's the problem.
Yeah.
Got the for sale section. A crosscut saw by a Willard man with newly sharpened teeth.
That's where you could do. It's a bit like where you see commas are important because, like, without commas, it's I humped my uncle Jack off a horse. With commas, it's I humped my uncle who's called Jack off a horse.
Yeah.
It's
Lost. Tabby cat. Male. Answers to John. Reward. One black eye.
That's a formatting error, surely.
The schematics show an elevator
Wanted.
to
A man
the
and a woman to look after two cows, both Protestant.
You need to bring up the use the elevator.
Just as you were saying that, a whole bunch of stuff happened in the game. So, Fremen on the Sand is infiltrating Area 51, and that is we'll slowly infiltrate. We got to creep up on it. You see, it's a highly secure subject. So, just tell a few jokes, lure the audience into a false sense of security, and then wham! And you can watch.
The girls of Blank School have assisted in the preparation of 3 hampers for needy pensioners, making the cakes, curd, mincemeat, sweets, etc. themselves. 6 recipients died during the year.
And unrelated, totally unrelated.
Yeah, they should have maybe said that.
Just going to shill for the Samuel cast for Tian words Area 51 special.
Hobbit, are you ready for a question and answer? How can you tell the age of a snake?
Did you count the rings on the tree?
It's extremely difficult to tell the age of a snake unless you know exactly when it was born.
It does help. If you know when it's born, you can tell the age of a snake. Yeah.
I spill my drink.
Oh dear, this shit makes me fucking laugh.
It's good, isn't it?
A reception immediately followed the ceremony with papers and flowers decorating the table and the traditional tired wedding cake.
Oh yes, a tired wedding cake. What's traditional about that?
Tired wedding cake.
So
What else?
I briefly did some research on this, and when I say briefly, it was a case of, as you know, we plan these shows months in advance and have like a master's thesis written on each subject because we are just consummate professionals about it. And just like somebody else who was going to be a guest on the show, when we were asking about the subject of Dunblane, he says, I've got so much research on Dunblane, it could feel like I could talk for 10 hours and I wouldn't even be able to cover all the subjects. We research just as much as he does for every single episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, he can't come on because he's scared. Anyway, so in my brief research, which I did about this months ago, you know, Area 51's had some interesting vehicles flying in and out of it.
Oh, hold on, just got one more.
Yeah.
Mr. Long and Bud Moore went deer hunting and shot a deer at Jonesboro. Also, their guest, Alan Hancock from Ashland, Maine.
That's nice. That's very nice.
I'm bringing a party of 16 scouts to a camp near Lowestoft during August and wonder if you could spare sufficient guides so I could give one to each boy before he goes to camp.
I like that. Now, just to explain to the American audience what is a guide and how this might be misinterpreted.
A girl guide.
Yes. Wait, you're telling me the scouts need guides on girls?
Yeah.
Or you say that there is an elite paramilitary organisation known as the Girl Guides, which are comprised of all female soldiers.
Hobbit, can you make any sense out of this one? Neighbours who, on seeing the blaze, helped save the garage about 10 foot from the house, notified a white rabbit inside it. I think they noticed the white rabbit inside it, didn't they?
They notified the right rabbit. It's like, are you aware there's a blaze in your domicile? Were they watching Alice in Wonderland and thought, yeah, you know, that rabbit, he's...
Yeah, he'll just fuck off when he's fed.
Yeah.
What else? Got it. Oh, when pieces of bacon are exposed for sale, the producers should be marked imported bacon.
That's just that's close to non sequitur.
Nonsensical, isn't it?
If you need a guest sometime, I'll come on and talk about the totally hypothetical and fantastical NWO agenda that's purely conspiracy theory. I look forward to reading your science fiction.
Well, you know how to get hold of us, Clint. Just get hold of us if you want to come on, do an episode.
I am very interested about reading your science fiction about a world that don't happen. Oh, and also, speaking in science fiction of things that totally didn't happen, you heard that thing about 1984 is going to be rewritten because the Ministry of Truth approves?
Oh, really?
Yeah, the official headline is like, 1984 to be rewritten, but this time from a female perspective, which just means like, it should, yeah, what, in other words, end every sentence with, and she loved every minute of it, and she loved every minute of it. Because that's all it's going to be.
Hobbit, did you know a tight hat can be stretched? First, damp the head with steam from a boiling kettle.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Always a good idea to damp someone's head with a kettle full of boiling steam.
The for sale section, twin beds, one hardly used.
Okay. Yeah.
Working single lady wants digs, must have bath urgently. It is surprising how much music can be squeezed out of the average housewife of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can
be careful about nakedness at a cocktail party. It is not really the place.
Ah. Right. Now, the cocktail, is this like the bit when, what's his name? You know, him and Adrian Emerson. That's it. And they're filming Bottom, and he says, "I've pissed in that." And then his the actor mate says, "So have I." It's like, oh, a cocktail.
Wanted zinc bath for adult with strong bottom.
For adult with strong bottom.
Yeah. For adult with strong bottom. Again, punctuation. It might save your advert.
Well, punctuation's optional, isn't it? Really.
Oh, did you know hankies and bombs stay more sanitary when carried in a handbag with dirt-free inside?
Now that is an important tip for remember to IRA. Keep your hankies inside a handbag.
Is this proof that nobody has ever checked anything that was written ever in newspapers?
Well, this is what I'm starting to realise, right? If I was actually just to go ahead and just write all of my stuff and put it into peer review, it'd be fine. It literally would be fine. Just like everyone, I could write any sort of bollocks, and as long as I'm not too obvious about
Well,
it.
This book is the eighth printing from 1976. So
It's
40,
gone for
40 odd years later, 40 odd years later, and nothing has changed. Literally nothing has changed.
How nice.
Yeah. Oh, the greatest objection to the schemes of both the socialists and the liberals was that they involved increases in the cost of living.
Now that's something which Brutus was adamant about. The cost of loving is too damn high.
Yeah. Nudist nabbed. Unclothed man who admits brandishing pistol is charged with carrying concealed weapon.
How can he be carrying... If he's naked, where was he concealing this?
I've heard of this before. Yeah, you can be... I don't know how.
But there is a way around this, right? And I think it's very important we discuss this. So,
Yeah.
So in some states, it's illegal to, like, carry a weapon on you. But it's not illegal for a dog to carry a weapon. So what you do is you put your gun holster with your firearm on a dog, and then if someone's like, say, you know, hey, it's just a dog and it's not mine, I'm not carrying it. See? Problem solved. Simple. Yeah. God, I'm so smart.
Yeah.
Sometimes I amaze myself with just how smart I am. Big-headed, arrogant? No, that's for lesser people.
The regulations apply to all male persons between the ages of 21 and 60, except those incapable of earning support from being married or otherwise disabled. Let's talk about Area 51.
Yeah, so Area 51, which we got a correspondent on the ground. He's taking a tour of Area 51 in the year 2079. And he's going into it right now, so this will be a good time to talk about it. So, Area 51, what's it about? Who's in there? Why is it called it? I don't know, but it sure is.
Why does no one care about Areas 1 to 50?
Wow. Now, that's the thing, right? Because I was trying to find out what happened to Areas 1 to 50. So, this is according to Snopes.pedia.com, and it says that... Come on, where's the naming of it? I just went over the name.
Area 51 was a... fuck. What's the name of the band? They did Area 51, didn't they?
More importantly than that, the fact is...
Megadeth.
It's a... Oh, okay.
Megadeth, Area 51.
It's official...
No, that was Hangar 18.
The facility is officially called Homey Airport or Groom Lake. See? Pizzagate.
Isn't it called, area? It's Dreamland or something. It's called Dreamland or something as well, isn't it?
It's either called Groom Lake or Homey Airport, and it's a remote detachment administered by Edwards Air Force Base, which I've heard of that before. The USAF says it's an open training range, whatever that means.
Hangar 18. I knew I'd heard of Hangar 18 in relation to this. Hangar 18 is supposedly where the Roswell things kept.
Okay. Well, they said, according to this, the USAF acquired the site in 1955 primarily for flight testing the Lockheed U-2 aircraft. The U-2 was a high-altitude spy plane. It's quite a nice plane. It's got sort of forward...
Did they think it was God, like Bono?
Yes, that's the problem. God doesn't think he's Bono from U2.
Yeah, that's the difference between God and Bono.
Why do they call themselves U2? Is it after the spy plane, or is it just like...
I always thought the U-2 was a bomb.
A what?
I thought the U-2 was a German bomb, wasn't it?
Oh, that's the V2.
Oh.
The U2 is a... Is it like... You know that band called themselves UB40 because Unemployment Benefit Form 40?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's kind of...
the as KB used to describe them, the racist reggae, aren't they?
Are they racist?
No, it's just acceptable for racist to like.
Oh, right, yeah. It's the acceptable reggae. Yeah.
The acceptable face of reggae.
That's it. And so, what
Yeah, Dom's got it. Dom, if you're not doing anything, you want to hop on, you can, mate.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Area 51 shows a border with the Yucca Flat region of the Nevada test site, the location of 739 of the 928 nuclear tests conducted by United States Department of Energy. The Yucca Mountain Nuclear Waste Repository is southwest of Groom Lake.
Repository?
Yeah, it's the book repository.
Yeah, the book's repository.
Yeah, it's so you got a lot of nuclear waste there. Now, here we go. History. The origin of the name Area 51 is unclear. It is believed to be from.
Wasn't that why Gary McKinnon hacked NASA to find out about UFO?
Yeah, and then he found out a thing called the extraterrestrial fleet, which those crazy flat earthers. And when I say crazy flat earthers, it's like, you know how I think it's credible.
Do you know Wikipedia has 2 pages? So you've got this Area 51, which is the one about the US Air Force facility, and then they have C Area 51 disambiguation.
Okay, well I'll have a look at that then.
And they do the same with Groom Lake as well. They do it.
But yeah, you'll have the flat earthers which say extraterrestrial refers to things beyond the Antarctica, and again, what I'm saying is like it's like a bit like. Imagine you got like a recipe, right? And you put all your stuff in.
The area is officially called Homie Airport. Yo, 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 homie.
Yes. Yes, I mentioned and also about the Groom Lake. So,
yeah.
Now, the thing about that, which it's oversalting it. That's what I'm meaning to say. So, the Flat Earthers have got some interesting stuff.
Mate, don't oversalt it, you over-egg it.
All right, they've over-egged it. So they're saying, when he was talking about the extraterrestrial fleets...
Is that the disinformation merchants that have over it?
When Gary McKinnon said he found the extraterrestrial fleets, what that means is it's just a navy what exists beyond the Antarctica ice wall. And
I've found the alien fleets. They're in Scientology.
Yeah.
We need to follow our Lord and Savior L. Ron Hubbard.
Oh, the
Up on you say, I'll just get some beer, says Dom.
Clatoveractor Nictau?
Clatoveractor Nictau. That's what Ash says in the Walking in.
That's the
in Medieval Dead.
That's the Scientology motto, right?
Clatoveractor Nictau.
Yeah, that's it. Their Lord Clatoveractor Nictau. But yeah, so all it is just it's a salt flat. And they can land planes on it, and they've done some interesting planes there, and that's it.
Oh, it's Klaatu Barada Nikto.
Oh, whatever.
It's a phrase that originated in the 1951 science fiction film The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Yeah. Hang on. What? There's stuff going on in my chat. Brucey Kibbert's a no fun zone. They're saying Alf Gep Gun. Oh God! I just saw something about use the Gep gun for a silent takedown. Yeah.
Oh right.
Yeah. Alf Gep gun. Yeah. Give me the Gep gun.
Yeah. So it's Klaatu Barada Niktu, and it was from The Day the Earth Stood Still. I've never watched it. Have you ever watched it?
I honestly thought that was from H.P. Lovecraft because everything else in the Evil Dead was, very Lovecraftian.
Oh, was it?
So if it's from that, then yeah, okay, I'll take your word for it. It's from that. Cool.
Klaatu Barada Nikto is what he says.
Nictau.
Yeah.
Is that blacks going their own way?
Yeah.
Yeah, Nictau.
Hey,
that sounds like the episode title of a show which used to be funny, but now it's not.
So Klaatu Barada Nikto is what the alien says to stop Gort, the robot that goes on a rampage.
Oh, okay. So
they did a remake with what's his name? John Wick, didn't they?
I thought that was Tom Cruise.
No, it was Thingy, wasn't it? It was like, everybody's favourite happer. What's his name?
Oh, Keanu Reeves.
That's the one.
Is he any relation to Christopher Reeves?
I don't know, actually. You can't exactly ask him now, can you?
No. Christopher Butthole Reeve.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, where were you? Klaatu Verata Nikto.
Oh, extraterrestrial fleets. And I was on about
Yeah.
extraterrestrial fleets because you were talking about, isn't Gary McKinnon hacking into NASA and Area 51? So you were going to say something about that. So.
Oh, no, that's literally all I was going to say. It wasn't easy. That's what he was doing.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Well, in that case, yeah. So some interesting planes have been there.
Did he? Who did? So what? What did Gary McKinnon hack?
We don't know because he can't remember, and most of it's been forgotten. So he didn't save any of it.
He does look weird, that man, doesn't he?
He is.
I reckon he might be part alien.
He is autisms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like the autism's literally like affected his DNA, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Or like because he's part alien, that's why he's got autisms.
Yeah.
So as we all know from that
Did you know he was attacking? He was hacking into 97 United States military and NASA computers over a 13-month period.
Yeah, it was quite easy. Reading how he hacked into that stuff is always fascinating because it's just a case. And sometimes he
also posted a notice on the military's website. Your security's crap.
It was literally. Hello. I believe like one
also,
of.
those words, that Klaatu Verata Nikto, are also the words he has to say in Army of Darkness, which he gets wrong. And inadvertently raises the dead.
What do you mean he gets wrong? He gets it right. He just coughs halfway through. He totally read it right. He didn't forget those words. It's fine. But yeah, I think there was even part of like Gary McKinnon where he just like sent an email into like the internal security system or something saying, "Oh, hey, I've forgotten the password for this highly secure system. Can you just, like, send it to me in an unencrypted email?" And the other person, like, "LOL, you stupid dumbass. The password is whatever the password was." So it's just a case of, "Can I have the password, please?" Here you go, mate. Try not to forget it this time.
Yeah.
Let's find out if Area 51 personnel like gas grenades. Fremen on the Sand, my good friend, not related to me in any way, shape or form, is going to do an experiment.
Can't be you because you was banned, weren't you?
I would never try to circumvent YouTube's strenuous policies on never creating an account again, ever. For any purpose. Yeah. Wouldn't do... Not me.
What? Oh, okay. Yeah, the current elf posted.
Yeah.
Seth Rogen elf posted.
It turns out that Area 51 staff don't mind white phosphorus.
If extradited to the US and charged, McKinnon would have faced up to 70 years in jail.
Yeah.
70 years for LOL, your password shit.
Pretty much. I mean, we got a similar thing with Julian Assange and who's that other bloke? Edward Snowden? And then there's Chelsea Manning as well. I mean, look, they tortured Chelsea Manning so bad, like he chopped off his own dick and now goes by the name Chelsea.
Has he actually chopped his dick off?
That's it, because it wasn't Chelsea Manning, he was Bradley Manning, wasn't he? And then he changed it. Yeah, he's gone full 41%. So, you know.
Wouldn't it be strange if Assange or Snowden ended up committing suicide, just like Jeffrey Epstein did, and what's his name, McAfee as well?
$sign whacked. I think if he will, but he'll commit suicide in the same way that Kurt Cobain will do it. Just let people know this is definitely suicide.
What, and then send an electrician to the exact room where he absolutely killed himself. Like,
I mean, they'll send Courtney Love to murder him.
Yeah, well, you know, shotgun to the back of the head, which is very easy to do, suicide maneuver.
Twice.
Yep.
Double tap to the back of the head. You know, it's quite easy done.
Oh, God, actually, you know what? Whilst we're on the subject of Area 51 and weird stuff, like, did you see CIA was doing a really weird, like, this is what you look like, and it was showing someone getting tortured in various ways. And then the person who's been, like, tied up is shooting himself 3 times in the head. And, like, what? And then CIA's trying to make it, like know you. And what? Hang on. You're the CIA. You're showing how you torture people, and then you're saying that we're we're stupid tinfoil conspiracy theorists for saying you do this stuff to people, and like, you fucking what?
After the Clinton kill list, are you allowed to talk publicly about the Clinton kill?
Well, I don't have any information which would lead to the arrest of Area 51. Sorry, Hillary Clinton. So I'm fine. But let me just see if I can find that CIA meme. Let's see if that just comes up in images.
Why on earth would you be a paranormal book and not have an index?
Well, why would you want an index? What are you going to do?
Right.
Cross-reference yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Looking for stuff.
Yeah. All right. Let's do the horrible thing of like just scrolling through Twitter until I see the image come up.
Hey, Hobbit, have you ever heard this one? Did Christ die in Kashmir?
No, he didn't. Next subject.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's like, oh look, Indians, we too are Christian. No, you're not.
Oh, they think he lived out to old age in Kashmir.
I thought you meant he died in a cashmere suit.
Died in Kashmir. Yeah. Anyway,
whilst I'm scrolling through,
look for content,
whilst I'm scrolling through trying to find this CIA meme, which isn't worth sharing, just saying in the Twitter comes up that says, scientist who trained rats to play Doom 2 says he may start Twitch channel. I think that's probably worth in our Explain Pistories thing, isn't it? Scientist who trained rats to play... this headline, right? Every single word is capitalised except the word to. Journalists... I think it's like... It must be now, where if you want to be a journalist, it's like, right, do you have a competent understanding English age? Well, yes, I do. All right, well, thanks for your application, but, you know, you don't meet the requirements. Play Doom 2. What, so they choose the super shotgun over the shotgun? Says he may start...
Oh, I'm back. I found some old copies of UFO magazine.
Channel. I'm definitely gonna have this in the end of the show. We're gonna talk about this. So I'll just... scientist who trained rats to play Doom 2 says he may start Twitch channel. I mean, that's 4TN content, right? You train a rat to like fight the hordes of hell. So,
apparently there was another dude that worked in Area 51 called Dr. Michael Wolf.
Sheep posted and says, when are you going to play Dark Souls? It ain't happening, mate. This is an Area 51 special. So back to the game. Back to the Area 51 posting.
Remember the movement, the Storm Area 51? They can't stop all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they can shoot a good deal off you, can't they? They do have a lot of ammo.
And they've got miniguns, so you know when they say
it didn't have much success, did it?
Have they ever heard of a grenade?
Yeah, there's a lot. There was just a lot of it which is just not going to work. So it turns out some of the staff of Area 51 don't mind tear gas at all. They actually like it. Yeah, so make of that what you know. So this is some facts about Area 51. Don't bother with tear gas. Just use explosives. There we go. That's not going to get me a knock on the door, is it? I know, Your Honour. You don't understand. That's Area 51 in Deus Ex.
On Christmas Day 1984, his car ran off the road while journeying in Switzerland, and both his wife and son were tragically killed. He was thrown clear and left in a coma for 7 days before making a full recovery. His intelligence chief at the time told him that his vehicle had been fixed in a deliberate act. Well, it hadn't been fixed, it'd been broken, hadn't it?
The spammers are getting really aggressive again. I'm gonna... How can I ban...
It says girls here. I'm gonna go there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's... Oh,
Yeah,
but I've deleted all the messages, so you can't anymore. How evil of me. Oh, there we go. I'll report them. There. Yeah.
He spoke of reading the assessment, cited so often by the former US intelligence officer Bob Dean, of whom Dr. Wolf said he's for real. Dr. Wolf was an MD in neurology for 30 years and studied pathology because he knew that by climbing the ladder and having access to assessments on EBEs, which are extraterrestrial biological entities, he would need expertise for the US government's exobiology program.
That sounds like a load of bullshit. Why can't you just call them
How'd you
aliens?
go? Oh yeah, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to study for a career path so I can study aliens.
Yeah, well, I think, aren't they supposed to call it xenobiology?
Well, don't we kind of guess where Dr. Wolf is on a Friday night and Saturday morning?
Ah, I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going.
Of alien autopsies, Dr. Wolf said those he participated in were not autopsies in the strictest sense, more dissections. Well, isn't that what an autopsy is?
That was Ant and Dec.
Yeah, that's Ant and Dec. We saw that. We know what happened.
So, do we want to talk about? So, we're skipping all over the place, but the thing I'm interested in is what have they been doing at Area 51? What interest? So,
well, Dr. Wolf's. I was going to tell you because Dr. Wolf used to work there.
Oh, okay, right, yeah. I want to talk about
Dr. Wolf acknowledged to having 2 PhDs, Doctor of Science for one, and a degree in neurology.
Yeah.
He claims his work in theoretical physics encompassed wave-particle duality, and that he was exploring gravity waves when Einstein died. His speciality, however, was in computer intelligence, and stressed not artificial intelligence. He has, he says, pioneered work in molecular computing and organic chemical reactions capable of 1 billion computations per cycle.
Yeah, and what's the cycle time then? But I mean, it all sounds interesting, but I don't know what it means. What does it mean?
James Carrant asked Dr. Wolf, "The people would like to know why you are at this point in time going public with this information." Dr. Wolf replied, "I'm going public at this time for the people. I've been encouraged by people in the government, you know. There's a whole new generation of bureaucrats now. They're younger. The older people are retiring, but I wouldn't say dying off. But technically they are retiring and they're out of the business. And a lot of young people are coming in and go, why does our government have to keep lying? Yeah, any day now, Hobbit. They're just going to tell us the truth, aren't they? This magazine is from like 1996, I think.
The disclosure's just another 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's just round the corner. Oh, fuck.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
There's no cover date on this, so I can't actually. Oh, December 1996, Hobbit. You know, it's just any time now, Hobbit. You know, they got the younger guys in. They're all raring for the disclosure, Hobbit.
Yep. 2 weeks.
2 weeks. This time next year. This
2
time
weeks.
next year, says Dr. Wolf.
You'll
know it all.
We'll be millionaires.
Hasn't that former Israeli space security chief already beaten him to it? I mean, that extraterrestrials exist and Trump already knows about it.
The Israelis put the extraterrestrials up there. They threw all those fucking man-bear pigs on the moon, didn't they?
Oh yeah, that was it. The Tamagotchis they called.
Moon bears, something bear pig. I can't remember what.
They're an extremely pernicious parasite, which is hard to remove once insinuated, and it's like, and the Israelis, you know,
is that a metaphor for something?
Well, the Israelis seem to have some sort of affinity for them. Nobody knows why.
Well, what bear things? You're not on about tardigrades, are you?
That's
they're
it.
called something bears, aren't they?
Tardigrades. Yeah. They're like genital lice, but worse.
Isn't like the there's like some name for them. They call them something bears, don't they? Because they look like little bears under a microscope, don't they?
Tardigrades. STFU.
Oh, here we go. Dr. Wolf replied, I was a security consultant for the National Security Council, although I had to deny it in the book. But yes, I worked at Area 51. Not project manager, but team leader in terms of scientific teams that were trying to, as they called it, back engineer alien technology, which is funny because really what back engineering is copying.
It's water bears or moss piglets.
Wasp water bears. Yeah, I knew they were still called something bears.
Yeah, my Oh, okay. Turns out some like staff at Area 51, if you subject them to white phosphorus, they explode. Amazing.
Do they? Fucking hell.
Well, the facts we're learning about Area 51 tonight. This is very.
What his name? Dr. Wolf says it's just plain copying, and some of the technology is far beyond where we are now. We have to try and bring it into our framework of technology, but today we're inventing technologies as needed. Unfortunately, our technology is outpacing our humanity. So they asked him about Bob Lazar. You know,
it's
Bob
a very
Lazar.
long-winded way of saying they're trying to reverse engineer alien technology.
Yeah, what did he just say that?
Bob Lazar was working on propulsion systems, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I believe in our country he's known as Bob Laser. Pew pew.
Bob Laser.
Bob Laser.
Bob Pew Pew Laser.
Yeah, that's it. Bob Pew Pew Lasers.
So I'm skipping a bit now. After a brief pause, Dr. Wolf replied, "Yes." So he was asked, "Did you work directly with these EBEs?" After a brief pause, Dr. Wolf replied,
You mean aliens?
"Yes, I did." Bob Lazar said he thought he saw a grey type alien out of the corner of his eye.
I refuse to use this politically correct term. I'm going to refer to them as Alamals.
Look, listen to this. Bob Lazar said he thought he saw a grey type alien out the corner of his eye, but it could have just been a bloke in a hoodie. That's like I saw something. It might have been it might have been John Major or someone or an accountant. I just don't know. It was out the corner of my eye.
Yeah, this just sounds sort of normal. Before we get into like the esoteric Alamals.
What's that over there? Oh, it's an alien. Oh well, never mind. I've seen it out the corner.
It could be an alien. It could be Gary from sanitation. You know.
Yeah.
He's got
a great jump. He's got a great jumper, isn't he?
He's very skinny too, and you know he's got those dark almond eyes. Yeah, Gary's a bit strange like that. But now there are some exoteric things about Area 51 that we know about, like the U.S. Air Force test out aircraft on there. Now, some of the aircraft, U-2, that was.
Oh no! I've got to do this in probably what is Dr. Wolf's real voice. So after a brief pause, Dr. Wolf replied, "Yes, I did. Bob Lazar said he thought he saw a grey type alien out of the corner of his eye working with scientists. Well, I was in the lab coat, and I was one of the scientists. And I wasn't looking out the corner of my eye. I was looking straight forward."
I think
probably Chris Whitty that he saw. He looks like one of those.
Well, Dr. Wolf, Bob Lazar was like a bit furtive. Old fucking Dr. Wolf was staring it down, wasn't he? He was like, "I'll fucking have you, like, alien. I'm gonna fucking have you in the canteen later. You fucking done, you cunt," didn't he?
No, is it just me? I've seen Bob Laser in one of these disclosed TV. The truth is just round the corner. Oh dear.
Any day now. They're going to disclose it. Any day now.
Yep, any day now. Turns out you shouldn't use white phosphorus on yourself when in Area 51. So, yeah, if you do that, you get turned into giblets.
So Dr. Wolf, after staring these things out, Dr. Wolf was asked how he and the rest communicated with the EBEs and said there was some ESP and there was some effort to try and form the words. But as it became difficult to form the words, I mean, it's like going into the rainforest and discovering a new tribe that has never had contact with the human race before. Well, okay then, so they can speak perfect English when they're speaking to you in your brain, but not with their mouth.
Yeah, because it's hard to animate the mouths. We're talking about that South Park episode, the one with the aliens and the anal probe.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why is everything this episode is about things going in and coming out of my butt?
Yeah.
Isn't that the very first episode? Cartman gets an anal probe.
Yeah, that's it.
I think it's different, isn't it? Because isn't that the pilot?
Oh no, the pilot is like Jesus versus Santa Claus.
Oh, it's Santa Claus, isn't it?
Yeah. Because in America they call him Satan Claus, and I dislike that. You see, because in you know, it's Father Christmas. I dislike the term. That's an Alf term, by the way. He's Father Christmas, so fuck you. I'm not calling him Satan Claus.
So anyway, he's talking more about aliens. He said their cosmology, their principles, their culture is completely and dynamically different than ours. You know, it's very difficult to understand an alien when you say, I would like to have one of your ships, and sure enough, here it is, you've got it.
Isn't that a bit
That's
like
quite
saying
easy to
that?
understand.
Yeah, but imagine like all you've ever dealt with before is the Dutch Navy, and you assume all humans are like the Dutch sailors, and it's like, well, it's like yes, humans seem to be really interested in being disciplined. They don't have many females, and they're all paedophiles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Corant invited Dr. Wolf to ask 2 specific questions of enormous importance. How long have we had their ships, and how many have we got?
Oh, I
Dr.
was
Wolf
good.
replied,
2 questions of enormous importance. Do you prefer pink or brown? And what's that
red or
alien?
brown sauce on a sausage sarnie.
Yeah, that's it. We need to know whether to kill these aliens or not.
Yeah. And how do we do it?
Yeah.
Dr. Wolf replied, well, I think we have 9 or more, not in working condition, not to mention the pieces of one we've had. So basically they just go, yeah, this is fucked. Do you want it, mate? Is that what they're saying?
That's an incorrect fucking answer.
Yeah.
I asked you, do you prefer pink or brown, and now you're telling me that, 8 or 9. It's like, no, it's a simple yes/no question. Except the responses being, you know, red or
Not
brown
to mention
sauce.
the pieces of ones we've had, but I've always wondered a very basic question, which no one has been really able to answer, and that is, have they deliberately given us this technology to see what they're doing, or is it a test? Are they saying aliens are just like women where they shit test you all the time? Is that what they're saying?
Oh, apparently they're waiting for us to stop fighting each other. Or we can join the Galactic Federation.
The aliens have
right,
said, I'm
okay.
fine. And the aliens have said, I'm fine, and we've got to figure out what they mean by that. The crushed ships and dead bodies, are they waiting? Sorry. The crushed ships and dead bodies, are they waiting for the day, if it hasn't occurred already, that we're going to combine human and alien DNA and try a hybrid of our own? Oh yeah, because they've got loads of hybrids, haven't they? It was like a we tried. Is that if one of our men has sex with one of their? I don't know. Is it the lady? Oh, it's the ladies that get knocked up. Is it the women that get knocked up in Earth? I don't know.
Well, it was last
aren't
time.
Aren't they supposed to be abducting us because they're sterile or something?
Aren't they? I don't know. I've heard some things. Some people say they're sterile, and some people say that they've cloned like that much, and they've used like transhumanism that they're completely fucked anyway.
Yeah, they've got no souls.
It's like there's the idea that they're us from the future. They're what we will look like when we evolve.
Yeah, and that's what. Yeah, because that would
Park
explain.
episode.
Then that would explain why our DNA is compatible with theirs, then, wouldn't it? Because being like a completely different species from the other side of the universe, there's absolutely no guarantee that our DNA would be of any use, isn't it?
They've come back to the past to work so they can send money to their relatives in the future.
Goobacks.
Look at Jubes!
Christian Goobacks. Took her derbs. Took her derbs. Took her derbs.
One of the questions, you know, these skeptics that are just so awkward, always ask, inquired Quran, is that these beings can travel light years and yet just crash right and left after drifting our atmosphere? How is that possible?
Oh,
yeah,
well,
it's
you
kind
know,
of a good point, isn't it?
You know the conspiracy reason for that, right? The nuclear bombs, they weren't ready for the... I know it's our radar system, they weren't... It's just like a plane. You activate a mobile phone in a plane and it'll immediately crash. So it's same with ALMALs and their planes. Like, oh, you've got a radar. Yeah, we've not had to deal with this sort of stuff before, and we're all just going to die now because we don't know what to do.
They could just be incredibly stupid, like the aliens in Signs, who are allergic to water. Come to a planet that's 75% water.
Yeah, it just there was always like a few flaws in these sort of things. Like, can I just say, brief aside, because this has got Ailamals in, can I just say Bajorans are the most annoying of all the Ailamals, and I hate them. God, they're so... Bajorans are so fucking... The Cardassians did nothing wrong, by the way.
The space elves. Is that
Yeah,
what you're saying, Hobbit?
yeah, and the Cardassians did nothing wrong. Now,
Yeah.
so I'm watching this episode, right, and it's this one where Kira, who's constantly got on the blob because she
Plug up her ass.
yeah, and she's been told, oh, there's a prisoner of war camp on Cardassia 4, a very original title there. And yeah, so she's takes a runabout. She's with Miles because, hey, you're Irish. You've got a history of terrorism. Help me break these prisoners out of prison. And so they go there and they say, well, we can only transport 2 at a time, so we're going to have to actually land and go to the place and do it. So they go and land to the place and they try and break all these Bajorans out. Like, I've got the sun in my neck.
Oh, Hobbit, you sweet summer child. Dr. Wolf has explained this. Most of their trips are made to planets where weather is controlled. On this planet, they're not evolved sufficiently technology to control the weather with weather grids.
Okay.
Did weather grids become weather aids, like with relays?
It's weather HIV. So anyway, they break the space elves out of prison, and they're all running back to the runabout. But like a couple of them, just like, no, we're gonna hold back and like hold the entire prison guard force at bay. And so they're in the thing, they're taking off, and they're having this dramatic moment where Kira's just like, wait for them. And Miles is like, Arpigara, me potatoes, my Irish stew is going to boil over if we don't go back to Deep Space Nine right now. And so they're going to fly off, and they leave them on the planet. It's just like, yeah, it's a shame that that transporter couldn't, beam up the 4 that's left, 2 at a time. So you had to create this, moral dilemma and this false sense of panic. It's funny. I do like the show, and it does give a big insight into Ailamals and why they're really annoying. But the writers were dumb even back then.
Yeah, wasn't Deep Throat 9 the one that had those space Jews? Ferengi, wasn't it?
Oh no!
They're literally all space Jews of varying degrees.
Right. Well, I was going to go with space elves, but right. So you've got the avaricious space elves with the big ears. You've got the annoying space elves with the stupid noses, and the
Kardashians are like what the space elves really are.
Yeah, which is their depiction of the space elf factory managers.
The Bajorans are what the elves think they are, and the Cardassians are what they actually are.
Yeah, which is that's the other thing as well, because they're space elves, but they're depicting the plight of the poor space Palestinians, which they call Bajorans. But when you got
that's the thing I'm saying. The space
it's space Israelis versus space Palestinians.
Yeah. Except the Cardassians are more like what the space Palestinians really are.
But the funny thing about the space Israelis in it is they dress up and they act a lot like Nazis, and I'm like, okay, that's a bit of a cell phone there, isn't it? You got. I mean, what did they mean by this? So yeah,
the Cardassians were kind of supposed to be fascists, weren't they?
Yeah,
they were just very pragmatic.
What?
Cardassians
they're militarists, but apparently they were based off the British Empire. But
really?
Yeah. Some Jews it's like the British.
The Bajoran conflict. The Bajoran conflict is obviously space Israel, isn't it?
It's what, space Palestine? You mean because
space Gaza Strip? Yeah, space Gaza Strip. Yeah,
that's it. Deep Space Nine is what, space West Bank?
Space West Bank. Space America.
Oh, and that's it. So I guess
the Federation is Space America, isn't it?
I was going to say the Space UN.
Yeah, Space UN.
So
anyway, Hobbit, I've got more of the explanation as to why aliens are shit pilot. So anyway, we have, and then we'll carry on with the Star Trek talk, because this is obviously where we're going.
Oh, I
But
know.
we have wind shear, we have jet stream, we have sudden hurricanes and tornadoes, really weather conditions that can change moment to moment. Like, what the fuck do they think Earth weather is like? These people. Does Dr. Wolf never get out of his fucking underground base or something?
Because alien planets don't have weather. We're the only.
And if you're riding on gravity A and gravity B waves, what the fuck are they, Hobbit?
Oh, what? You mean you don't know what gravity A and gravity B waves? Oh, such an idiot! Everyone knows what gravity A and gravity B waves are. Can you
Hobbit
just
says
remind
while
me?
he's checking Wikipedia.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
have to
it.
find out.
Yeah.
You find it out, and I'll carry on reading this.
Oh, okay.
You're
Okay.
kind of a cork on the ocean, almost. Like, what? How the fuck do planes work? Why aren't planes falling out of the sky with all this shit going on? The analogy is good, and you're buffeted by the currents, the wind shear, the jet stream, and the wind. How can we have planes then? This doesn't make. You're buffeted, and you have to make certain arrangements in terms of your navigation to control these aspects. When perhaps you are used to going to more advanced civilizations where the weather is controlled on a grid network, the same as we control our electrical, although we haven't done well with it recently. It's supposed to prevent, and there are secrets, too many secrets.
I've got an answer here. This is the explanation of gravity waves for dribbling retards. I think you mean types of
A and B.
I think you mean types of polarization of gravitational waves. They are transverse quadruple waves, both A and B. I'm not sure the difference between A and B. Could be that A is linearly polarized, meaning it doesn't rotate while it's doing its quadruple oscillations. B is similar to A, but there's a rotating component. This picture shows ABC from a straight-on point of view, and it's got like some images of circles and stuff. Type C is a simpler circular compression-decompression, not a quadrupole. I guess that would be the result of a head-on collision of two massive bodies. D, E, and F don't apply. As far as I know, only Type A has been detected. I guess Type B would be the result of three bodies simultaneously colliding on different orbital planes. Wikipedia calls them longitudinal, transverse longitude, and transverse. I think this corresponds to CBA in that order. You fucking idiot. Yeah.
Can you Tracy that boy?
Right, so just to translate this into English, that's crackpot stuff, not science. Some crank thinks there's a second kind of gravity that holds protons and neutrons together. It's nonsense.
Yeah.
I've just looked up Europa weather on Google because I'm pretty sure that they're the ones that's the one that has like lakes of methane. It just says, "Did you mean Europe weather?" So there's obviously some kind of cover-up going on.
Actually, Titus is the planet with... no, it's not Titus, it's Titan. Titan is the moon of Saturn, what has liquid methane and a big cloudy atmosphere. Europa is just a frozen lake. They say there's a liquid lake underneath it.
Do you want Dr. Wolf's theory on what happened at Roswell?
I want Dr. Wolf's theory on why gefilte fish makes him so annoying.
It's Charlotte, actually. Is Dr. Wolf's favourite food.
Oh, is it? He likes... Does he have that with lax, or does he have with the blood of circumcised babies? Alphabet Cat.
Of secrets.
Alphabet Cat, why don't you join in 40 and I really appreciate Alphabet Cat being in my chat, but go.
Yeah, why is he a Hobbit sim?
Click on the description link.
Again.
I don't know. But anyway, he says, yes, Hobbit, agree. Kira is irritating. Quark is the avaricious one. Yeah. Oh, the aliens detected our presence when we detonate nuclear bombs, apparently, because people say that nuclear bombs, they're so powerful that they rip holes in space-time and you're letting demons through. And considering...
That's from a Spawn comic.
Is it? Well,
yeah, wasn't it supposed to be?
That is honestly from a Spawn comic. I think it's issue 19 or 20 if you want to hear it, if you want me to be a super nerd.
You know what? There is truth in
Spawn meets Houdini.
There is truth in fiction, and I would go so far as to say, you know what? There probably is a portal into hell. Bovine. No, I'm going to read you out some Area 51 and stuff about bovine manipulation. I'd like to investigate the possibility of resurrecting the bovine...
manipulation? Do you mean coring out their anuses?
The bovine manipulation project with an eye towards recreating the grey life form. While the project was deemed a failure at the time, it was successful as a propaganda tactic, diverting attention away from the actual Dreamland research. With recent advances in genetic science, the grey life form could be engineered to protect Majestic 12 facilities, while also serving as a useful bit of meme indirection. Interesting. This is from 21 years ago.
Wasn't the chupacabra supposed to have originated?
Well, funny enough, the Greasels look a lot like a chupacabra in this. An interesting idea, Bob, but I'm sure MJ12's research allocation should be put to more substantial use pursuing our human augmentation projects. However, I'll bring up the idea with Stanton and Morgan.
Oh, do you remember cattle mutilation?
I remember that we did a lot about that. And the exsanguination was so weird. Like, I've never heard of anywhere else like where you got... Oh, wow, that book actually has like an image showing Jacob's shadow. That's another book I should read sometime. I read The Man Who Was Thursday thanks to this game, so it's good stuff.
The Man Who Was Thursday, who did that?
G.K. Chesterton.
Oh, right,
yeah.
How about cattle mutilation? I remember cow tipping. What happened to that?
Oh, it's old hat these days.
You know you do cow tipping, don't you?
You push it over?
No. You lean against it and then run away.
Oh, I see.
If you lean against the cow, it leans back.
And then you just keep doing it to the point where it's like psych.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you just fuck off.
Yeah, they're bloody dangerous. That people have been getting killed.
Yeah. You wouldn't want to fucking cow landing on you, would you? Right, so do you want me to tell you Dr. Wolf's theory on Area 50, on Roswell then, Hobbit?
Yeah, go on.
Dr. Wolf answered in some confusion. Well, I believe, since my father was a B-29 pilot with the 509th Bomb Group stationed at... Sounds like Tenuin. That's literally what it says on it. And then back. Had to go before he was discharged from the Army Air Force. He had to go back to Roswell in 47 and didn't come until 40. There's a lot of fucking coincidence. Like, it's like, oh, my dad was there at Roswell, and it's like, oh, when I'm a boy, I want to grow up and work on aliens. It seems a bit fanciful, doesn't it?
It's all. Do you get a feeling like, I mean, everyone shits on India for having a case system, but it's almost as if like some people are genetically predisposed to following in their father's footsteps.
Yeah. I didn't come until 49 or 50 and came home. I was born in 41 and do remember some of the things that my father told me, that yes, there was a crash, but he thought from his understanding of the scuttlebutt, there was scuttlebutts, and this is his words, not mine, that two craft had crashed into each other and there was a tremendous lightning and thunderstorm at the time, and we had just begun to experiment with something called cult radar. C-U-L-T, cult radar.
Is that for detecting Waco?
I've got no idea. And perhaps, do you want to look up cult radar, Hobbit?
I might come up with some sort of indie music band. Let's find out.
Didn't John Peel have them on for an evening session?
Yeah, I was going to say they done a Maid of El thing, haven't they?
Just say a thing about you're saying about following in your father's footsteps. There's an actual word for having where your job is the same as your surname, which is atronym.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I've heard of patronym before. Yeah, nothing's come.
All you need to defeat aliens is weather, because it says, which perhaps our visitors were unprepared for, and perhaps they could have influenced their navigational systems. James asked, how many beings survived the crash that you know of? Well, said Dr. Wolf, it depends on whether it's the crash that our government terms orange type, Nordic type, and grey type.
The orange type, I've not heard that one before.
Has anyone told him that you shouldn't answer a question with a question?
It's very journalistic, isn't it? So I
Yeah,
can't
I
find
think this-
anything about Cult Radar except there's a website telling about like Christian cults and ones you should avoid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So right.
That's the
I
point.
think this-
Why isn't the
Sorry.
headquarters of Scientologists in Nevada? I think they'd hang around
think
there,
it's-
wouldn't you?
I think it's probably because everyone fucked him off at one stage, didn't they?
Yeah, I
so
think it's just a Hollywood thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I think this was a crash of 6-fingered, 6 toes, and polydactyl. Does anyone know what polydactyl means?
Any fingered, isn't it?
Oh, is it? What's it? What's pterodactyl?
Good
By the
question.
way, is a genetic defect. You don't have 6 perfectly formed fingers on each hand, in each of both hands. Thanks for that, mate. And 6 perfectly formed toes on each foot. Did you know that, Hobbit?
No, I didn't. Thank you for Dr. Wolf, 2 PhDs, for telling me this.
That's not polydactyl because it's a genetic defect which would cause maybe stubs. It's certainly not going to be a perfection, which is not a genetic defect.
Turns
So,
out
to ask
Area
for,
51 employees don't like being thrown off of long, big ledges either. So, more Area 51 facts with our correspondent on the ground, Fremen on the sand.
Yeah, are you doing the storm? Are you doing the storm Area 51 movement? Are you, Hobbit?
Yeah, I'm watching him, like, he's doing experiments in Area 51 where he's, like, there's vats of red liquid and he's throwing employees into it, but they keep bouncing off. Because, like...
Dr. Wolf said, I believe there are 2 sets of survivors. There were the orange, which were a pink and brown colour.
Well, then why... That's not orange.
That's pink and brown.
Yeah, do you prefer pink or brown?
He's going for the median. He's going for the median between pink and brown, which is orange, isn't he?
Artists that understand colour, is this true? Because...
Yeah. Oh, hold on, Hobbit. It was an easy label to put on them. Pink and brown both equal orange.
I think
And then,
this
of course,
guy's...
the greys with 4 fingers and 4 digits.
Is he trying to gaslight me? Everyone
Hey,
knows...
This is a serious journalistic interview I'll have you had from the esteemed publication UFO magazine, Hobbit. I don't like what you're saying here.
I just get a feeling that I'm being, like, you know, told a tall tale, and I'm just slightly incredulous about it.
Hey, look, he's got 2 PhDs. We know because he's told us.
Yeah, well, I've got a PhD as well. Pretty huge dick. Ho, ho, ho.
Right, so Hobbit, there were 2 orange that I know of that were alive, except one died. They weren't alive then, were they? Because one of them was dead. And when he was belted with a rifle handle because they were holding onto the boxes, which turned out to be gifts. What the fuck? This sounds like a proper. Imagine hitting someone in the face with a gun butt because he's trying to give you a present. That they had
A dick in a box.
This sounds like...
What's in the box? What's in the box?
This sounds like a horrible version of E.T. You know, they got the mean bully from Home Alone.
Elliot wallops him in the face with a gun butt.
Or maybe it's a mixture of Home Alone and this like E.T. phone home and he's there and like what's his name, Buzz is just like fuck off.
So anyway, that had in them some metal. That had in them some metal that had charts, like star charts, for us to benefit from after he's been hit in the face with a gun butt. An humbug. Do you remember that was Vic Reeves, wasn't it? Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
He said it in the face with a gun butt. A humbug. You know, that was funny. That one. So we're holding it in one and screaming in pain, and one was kept alive for a while, and 3 others one died because of an impact to his, and the cause of death. This is how it's written. And the cause of death of several that did was brain hemorrhage and not that. So they just fucking walloped them all in the head with a gun butt. I think.
This thing happened, and the non sequitur and this.
What's his I hit it with an humbug.
Yeah.
So what's that? What's that? I don't know. Hit it with your gun butt. Are they army orders? Are they?
It seems very, very scientific. You know,
What's that? What's that? It's jabbering on. Just hit it in the face with a gun butt. That will sort it.
It's an Alamal. Hey, hit it with it. Mate, like...
Is that
We come in peace, wallop.
at the time Derek Chauvin met the aliens?
Derek Chauvin's granddad. That was at Roswell.
Oh, wow. This... Wow. I don't know what to say. Wow. Wow. Just wow, guys.
Hey, you know the Santilli film? If that wasn't real, I certainly know one of special effects guy by the name of Stan Winston that wants to look at him dropping fucking names. Look at him. He wants to meet the people that created that film and hire them immediately. I've seen other autopsy films that were almost identical. So he's shilling for the Santilli footage. Do you remember the Santilli footage of it?
Oh, is that the alien autopsy?
Autopsy, yeah.
Oh, okay. Right. Yeah.
So that's what the one from the 90s.
Oh, so there's more than
Absolutely
one.
real.
I thought that was a like Aphex Twin video. Rubber Johnny.
Well, he probably copied it for that. But yeah, no, the Santilli footage was like mid-90s, I think. So they mention it now, so it was so it must have been mid-90s. Currant asked, so is this Santilli footage? So this Santilli footage could have been a copy of the real one or a fake of something. Dr. Wolf replied, or it could have been the real thing. I know that you're of the opinion that it was a copy of the real thing, but I think it would take technology that we don't yet possess in special effects to copy a real one, to make a fake of a real, and that's where we, agree to disagree.
Or just not agree at all.
Do you consider the Michael Jackson autopsy to be a real alien autopsy?
I've never seen the Michael Jackson. Is there a Michael Jackson autopsy out there?
Yeah. There was a series where this guy did autopsies of famous people and explained how they died. They did one of.
Is it the last 24 hours?
And,
Is it the last 24 hours? That series, or is it?
It's just called Celebrity Autopsy, I think, something like that.
Nice.
Wait, so they shown like they're decomposing private parts and everything.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't think they actually showed too much gory detail. Autopsy, the last hours of.
Well, that doctor. Do you remember Dr. G, a medical examiner? She'd done some quite famous autopsies, hasn't she?
You're talking about unfamiliar territory for me, but this is the problem. You see, not having a telly, I don't understand this stuff.
Get yourself a telly hobbit.
I don't want one.
It'd be weird. It'd be weird.
Yeah, I know.
Do you want to end up like Capstan?
Oh, actually, yeah, okay. Yeah, but a telly.
He doesn't have a telly.
The telly tax is expensive. I mean, yeah, I don't want to give money to BBC and.
I've heard things that they can't actually enforce the paying of the TV license. Yeah.
Just say, get off my land.
And you shouldn't let them in your house, because otherwise they're like vampires.
They're like black-eyed children.
Biarki is got the real questions here. This is my street shitting threatening account. The real question is, would you allow a yaoi femme to have a ride?
Yeah, why not?
Alphabet Cat, no, oh my god, Alphabet Cat knows me. Hobbit has a telly, but he just watches films in it and computer games. That's actually 100% true. I do have a telly.
Look, are you dismissing what Dr. Wolf has got a lot more fucking knowledge to drop on your Hobbit?
Is he going to talk about the masturbation machines for the Ayla Mouse?
No, he's going to talk about the bendy shotgun.
Oh, you mean the bendy laser guns? Pew pew pew. Oh yeah, tell me about like lasers which can be bent to do curved lines. That's pretty cool. I like that.
So they're talking about the Santilli footage now. Oh no, I've done that. But I've seen those organs before in other dissection films. I don't call them autopsy films. These are dissection films. He makes a very good. It's not autopsy. It's dissection. Is that some sort of legal disclaimer? Is it?
I think autopsy to determine the cause of death, whereas dissection is just to poke around and have a look.
to flick the eyeballs at people, throw the eyeballs at people.
So what's
Put the hand up
vivisection
your-
then?
Put the cut off hand up your sleeve.
Vivisection, isn't that when they rip things apart and stick different things back together again?
Yeah.
Or is it when they do it when it's alive?
I might gonna have to search some terms up here. So, vivisection.
Vivisection. It's fun for you and me.
Vivisection from This vivisection from the Latin vivus, alive, and sexio, cutting. Surgery conducted for experimental purposes, guys, on living organisms. Typically, animals with a central nervous system to view living internal structure.
You know,
The word is more broadly used as a pejorative, a catch-all term for experimentation on live animals.
So, like, when Dr. Anthony Fauci did vivisection on beagles, because, like, you know, it's like, this child abuse isn't enough. I need more to get my rocks off. So there was like, okay, well, what about, like, subjecting beagles to torture by sandfly? Yeah, that sounds pretty fun. Let's do that then.
Yeah.
So that's what they did. They did that.
Why is everyone up in arms about him, interfering with a few beagles when all the millions of people he's murdered from this pandemic? What about them?
Oh, the funny thing, well, yeah, but no one gives a shit about people. But look at the poor cute puppies, and you know, I find that's an understandable reaction.
So dissection.
Yeah.
Dissection is the dismembering of the body of a deceased animal or plant. That it's a deceased plant. It has ceased to be.
So it's not so bad.
To study its anatomical structure.
Yeah, well, it literally means to cut in half, dissection.
Oh yeah. Oh, Oh yeah, you're right. Actually, yeah, because bisect and trisect, like bisect would cut in two.
It tells you about dissection in India.
Oh, there's a good rabbit hole from Area 51. A tangent, I should say.
I'm not reading anything about India. I've had enough of India.
Well, you remember when we tried to do twins and it's just like evolved into India's fucked up, yo.
What the fuck are they putting in the water in India?
Human sewage, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's. Welcome to India. We have human sewage.
Oh, Dr. Wolf then raised the spectre of the Santilli footage again, when he cited the name of Detlev Bronk. The household name Detlev Bronk. Is he your favourite? I don't know. Whatever he does.
He's no Robert Maxwell, that's for sure.
And coupled it with information gleaned from Majestic 12 papers.
Hey, it's that Majestic 12 again. Cool.
Yeah, MJ12. He claimed that some of the Roswell wreckage was flown to Wright Field, now Wright-Patterson US Air Force Base, and in the 1950s, some transferred to Groom Lake, Area 51, and the S4 facility.
Because
Closed by Bob Lazar to house alien craft. I thought it was Hangar 18. Hangar 18. Can anybody remember the words to Hangar 18? I can't.
No.
18, I know too much. Something like that.
Oh, yeah. That's it, yeah.
Isn't Megadeth also did the Number of the Beast, or am I thinking saying
That was Iron Maiden.
No, that's Iron Maiden.
Okay.
Dr. Wolf also claimed that some samples went to other labs, including Battelle Memorial Institute, where Majestic 12 meets today, although it is currently known as Majestic 12 Special Studies Group. They really hid that, didn't they? Nobody knows it's Majestic 12 anymore. They just put Special Studies Group on the end, because that's how you disguise it, isn't it?
Majestic 12. Okay, so yeah, I mean it's like,
I know, what happened to Majestic 1 to 11?
No. Now, Majestic 12, it means a council of 12, because you know the Space Elf, not Space Elf, the Elf practice of, if you pray in a group of 12. So...
Yeah.
The Illuminati, basically, are they?
Well, according to Deus Ex, they're an offshoot of the Illuminati. But I don't know what the non-Deus Ex depiction of it is.
So Dr. Wolf said, I've heard others, you know, who have been on the inside say, yeah, you're right. It's like, why word it like this? Well, I'm right because I have access. Because I have 2 PhDs and my dad was an Air Force girl before me. Climbing the classification ladder means getting more and more access to what we call blue border documents, blue border assessments. I bet.
But what about the Blue Fusion device?
Do you even know what blue border documents are, Hobbit?
No idea.
Right, let's have a look. See if we can find out what blue border documents are. Blue border documents. Add a border to an entire page in Word.
Yes, that's what you
Look at this. 3 pattern borders, clip art. Why do my Microsoft Word documents have a blue background? When blue back rectangle border appears on window, look at this. Look, Bill Gates trying to cover up blue border documents. Hobbit.
That's it. It's the conspiracy by Big Blue Ink.
Why do my Microsoft Word documents have a blue background?
We'll never know.
We'll just never know what a blue border document is. Enter
Just like
UK at border control. They've got UK.
It's just like with the cult radar. I can't find anything, but it's just like new fashion cult radar. I couldn't even find the John Peel's Made of Ales studio session about it.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, so what else? What else? Where were we? Blue border. Blue border. Oh, right. So cosmic top secret is the next bit.
Cool.
Grant invited Dr. Wolf to comment on Bob Dean's claim to have an assessment entitled Cosmic Top Secret and Wolf's own claim to have seen the same document. Well, you know, is he like a snippy high school girl? Well, you know.
Basically,
he said,
is this like the Brutus Diaries?
What I'm saying is, yeah. Hey,
Basically,
girlfriend, that cosmic is short term for umbrella, ultra, wintel, or winitel. Is that like a win? Is that like a winnet? Which is like a chug nut.
Oh. Yep.
Winitel. You know, you got to make sure everyone knows about those winnets, don't you?
Oh, winnets.
Keystone documents both classified because the way information was gathered, and cosmic is a short term that characterizes an umbra ultra at classification, which is at the top. Some people, said Curran, so these people, said Curran, have told Bob that there was no such thing as cosmic top secret clearance. Dr. Wolf said, well, cosmic is a kind of, you know, magic for majestic. They call it magic. Magic.
Ah, I see.
Magic.
It's a kind of majestic 12. Do.
Yeah.
Do. It's a kind of magic, majestic. Yep.
Ooh. Cosmic.
Magic man.
Cosmic always makes you think of. Do you remember Neil's mate from The Young Ones, Warlock?
Oh yeah.
Cosmic man. Cosmic.
Do you remember when Neil becomes a policeman? It's like, guys, it's the filth. Oh, hi, Neil. Yeah.
You gotta learn to say, haven't you, Hobbit?
That's it.
Yeah.
The end of every sentence.
Tango Oscar Tea Kettle.
Yeah. Guys, you really gotta do it. You gotta shut it down, guys.
The funniest thing about that is Belofsky's dressed as what's his name, isn't he? The dude that got hung from a lamppost.
Oh,
What's his name?
The guy
Alexi Sales. He's dressed as
Leo Frank.
Was it Leo? No, the guy that got hung from a lamppost.
Well, Leo Frank did. Oh.
Fucking blank. Mussolini. He's dressed as Mussolini, isn't he? The police
Oh,
chief.
okay, yeah. I thought when you like guys hung from a lamppost, I see Leo Frank, which was one of his fellow
I don't think
elves.
they'll make a Leo Frank joke. Cosmic. They may have told him, Dean, that there was no classification of. Fucking hell, just covering the same old ground. I'm going to skip a bit. NATO assessments, Blue Border reports. Yes, I did, replied Dr. Wolf, and added, Bob wasn't too far off the mark. I did see some interrupt of the government. Don't forget, makes its own copies of UFO films. They go around videotapes. Obviously, it's 1996, so you got to remember it off the time.
The videotapes.
And I had people who would send me copies of those tapes, and I saw 5 minutes of Bob Dean at a MUFON, a mutual UFO network. Apparently, you can, because I used to listen to Last Podcast on the Left, and Henry applied to become a MUFON guy, didn't he? Did you ever listen to Last Podcast on the Left?
No, I didn't.
MUFON is the mutual UFO network. You can actually apply to be a MUFON investigator.
Really?
Does that give you tax breaks or something?
Yeah, is it a 501c3?
You just get a nice little lanyard, I think, don't you? So you can go and fucking be a nosy cunt. So a MUFON conference, and I looked at it, and I said, I want to find out more about this guy, because what he read, I read. What he was talking about, I had read the same thing. Yeah, I mean, the problem with the UFO community is it's probably 90% misinfo and disinfo people, and it's like there's like 10% of people that are trying to get the truth out of there, aren't there?
Well, that's it. There's so much bullshit with it that you know it's hard to.
I hope you're not I hope you're not accusing Dr. Wolf of bullshit. He's got two PhDs, don't you know?
Yeah, Dr. Wolf, 2 PhD.
Yeah.
So
Dr. Wolf. Oh, go on then.
I was going to say, normally someone gets a PhD, it's like they've done something which has furthered, widened human understanding of stuff. So he's done this twice. I'm like, all right, what's your thesis? What's your dissertation about? How have you furthered and widened human knowledge? And you can't just be like...
He's furthered and widened his own career, hasn't he? I think that's about it.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, what is he like your 2 degrees in how I'm so great and also why I'm so great?
Tactical droid knows, if there's a area 51, where are the other 50 areas? That's the thing. That's the thing. Tactical droid. They're trying to keep you concentrated on area 51 while they just carry on doing the area 1 to 50.
So, like back in the beginning of the show, I was going to say, what's it called? The American Atomic Agency had like a grid reference system, and like they had like areas 1 to 50. So the idea of Area 51 is they'll never go that high, but they did. And also Groom Lake, Homey Airport, is right next to Area 15. I don't know. Like Wikipedia says, the reason why it's called Area 51 is unclear.
Who named Area 51? That's the real question. If you know who named it, then you get close to the why, can't you? If you know the who, then you can get close to the why.
Apparently, it's like a grid system or something. It just happens to be that's where the base is.
Do you think honestly? I think we'll leave Dr. Wolf for a bit. Do you think honestly?
But we have so much to learn from him.
Area 51. Well, I can do some more if you want to do some more.
How can you leave him when we have so much to learn?
All right, then. Dr. Wolf insisted that the U.S. government had relations.
Sexual?
I thought that Bill Clinton spent a lot of time in the mid 90s saying that he hadn't had relations. Whether you want to call them informal treaties or real treaties, I don't know what the alien understanding of that is. But I'm sure that they were trading technology for abducting a few people to take sperm or eggs. I think that was more than a few.
And vivisection.
Is it Eisenhower did the original agreement? Was it? Do you know about this Dom or Hobbit?
Yeah, I heard saying about that. Like, after the Roswell crash, there's a thing of like, well, we're going to do this, but you got to do stuff for us.
Well, I heard the actual agreement was earlier than that, and and the Roswell crash was the Yanks doing the dirty. Was the way I heard it.
When was the Roswell crash? Was in the 40s.
1947.
Well, before that, there was the what was it called? The Los Angeles incident.
But what's his name? Eisenhower made it. If it was Eisenhower, I can't remember which president it was. But he made an agreement with the Pleiadians, didn't he? And what do Pleiadians look like?
Pleiadian people look like scoundrels.
Eisenhower, he was the president during Roswell, wasn't he? Well, during the Roswell crash incident. So it wasn't he the one that got America into World War II?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Pleiadians are humanoids, better looking than us, so they're not gay. Oh, the Pleiadians are the Nordics.
Yeah, that's it. Look like Nordics are actually aliens. Pleiadian people, Pleiadian people.
Who was it? Eisenhower. I wanna look at.
Oh, but do you?
Oh, look at Dwight D. Eisenhower. Oh, it's always great to do your research on the run.
It's come and join us on the learning experience.
Right, so he was 51 to 52, so it can't be Eisenhower.
Turns out greys are immune to white phosphorus.
Hold on. No, he was. This is confusing. Why is this so confusing? 45. Military governor, chief of staff for the army, supreme allied commander, 34th president of the United States. He was 53 to 61. That would have been whoever was before him. Truman. 45 to 53, or would it be Bills before Truman? Roosevelt. So it would have been Roosevelt that made the deal with the Pleiadians. Eisenhower seems a bit late.
Who's the one that dressed up in girl clothes?
Hoover.
Oh yeah.
That was Hoover, the FBI chief.
Oh yeah. Wasn't he a president? Okay.
Oh, Roosevelt was. Yeah, Roosevelt was president. I don't know who. I can't remember who made the deal with them. Can anybody remember who made the deal with them?
Truman was president when the Roswell crash occurred.
I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was before. It was either Truman or before. Because the way I heard it was that they made the deal, and then the Roswell crash was like, what the fuck are these people up to? We're not going to let them take the piss out of it. So then they knocked the Roswell ship out of the air, and then
So how about some of those?
Just seen on YouTube here. There's a YouTube channel called Dr. Wolf Alien Contactee. 6 videos, no views. 6 unavailable videos are hidden.
Oh, okay, then interesting. This Dr. Wolf guy, it's kind of weird because you do get people that fall between the cracks, and this Wolf Bob Lazar was like it's like Dr. Wolf and then Bob Lazar, and Bob Lazar won, so Bob Lazar was like
it's like the poster boy of Area 51.
Bob Lazar was Oasis, and the other one was Dr. Wolf. Dr. Wolf was Blur, wasn't he? He lost the battle.
Actually thought Blur were better than Oasis.
I'm also in agreement with this. I wasn't too impressed with.
Do you want to do some more? Do you want to do some more Wolf, or do you want to do some more speculation on?
Well, I wanted to talk a bit about the aircraft we see out of there. This U-2 spy plane. There's the F-117 stealth fighter bomber. There's the B-52.
When I search for Dr. Rolf, I only find a My Little Pont. I assume he means My Little Pony review channel.
Dr. Wolf's My Little Pony. Like, and here's.
Try Dr. Michael Wolf. Right.
I'll put the link in the chat and on YouTube of the one I found.
I think we're going to have more Deus Ex at another time because Fremen on the Sand is getting lost here. So thank you for the simulcast, and now back to